Chris, you still there? Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Give me a sign, Chris. Give me a sign. No? Yes? Maybe? Okay. Cool. Fuck you, Jen. Fucking sergeant. God damn. God damn. God damn it. Motherfuckers. God damn shitbags. Just happened. Said it. I don't regret it. I said it, and I don't regret it. At all. I swear. Yeah. Yeah. I said it. What's up, Ford? Dude, I don't know why you're not coming through the multi-stream. I can, for some reason you're not showing up on the other side. That's all right, man. That's all right. Let's see. What can I do here? Let's put you in performance mode. Trying to remember everything I gotta do here.
Warlock, master of Scryer.
That's right. In 2 turns, he'll be capable of taking on this little settlement. Yeah, because I'm fucking up that little settlement. They don't give a shit about it. I think if I play my cards right, I'll be able to confederate this fuck.
Guide us, Horned One.
Oh, he's got some nice shit. Okay. Let me see. What else do I need? I don't know how much I want to put here, to be honest with you. Let's see. It kind of irks me that my only friend is here. Yeah, refresh, bud. You might need to hold on. Yeah, you might need a refresh. Or go to Twitch. You could go to Twitch. Woo! Yeah, bye. Let's see. Let's see.
Many inventions I have to kill you.
He's not even offering any money. I'm the only motherfucker he's at war with. No! If I accept this, you're gonna go to war with me in like 5-10 turns anyway. I'm leveling up on your ass. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Golden mask cunt. And he's back! He's back. Toggle timestamp. No, I don't need timestamp. Why can't I see? You know what? Hold on. See me a sec. See me a second. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do here. TWITCH. I'll just look at my since the YouTube's not combined. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about you. Was in Baltimore. Wow, nice Baltimore. What are you doing there? What are you doing in Baltimore? There. Hopefully I can see what you guys are saying over on Twitch. I don't know who's over there on Twitch. Let's see. What you doing out in Baltimore?
Plan Scryer.
4 turns to make that happen? That is really not a lot. But how am I doing on public? I'm good with public. Okay, I'm good with the public. Eventually, these fuckers are gonna come after me, and I'm gonna have to go fuck with them. Ah, I was at the aquarium. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on. Option. Graphics. Medium advanced. VSync. Apply. Okay, aquarium makes a little bit of sense. I like aquariums. There we go. That should help with the frame rate. Yeah, that's way better. You know anything about Warhammer? It's a fun game.
Chief Warlock, Icket Claw.
Even if people argue with me, it's still a fun game. I wonder if I can get like straight over there. I'm really concerned about my flank. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really concerned about somebody just popping up over here and just wrecking me. Somebody's got the big sword and is on the move. Yep, somebody's got the sword and is on the move. We're gonna move over there.
Engineer.
I'm gonna see if I can't pop up on the other side. Eventually, I gotta come in here and fuck with these guys.
Master Assassin. Trained for this.
Then after that, let's see what we got here. Wicked! What's up, man? He just... Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. They didn't even defend it this time.
Want to kill. Kill.
They didn't even defend that shit.
Slip in the
They were just
shadow.
like, we know we lost. They were just like, we know we lost.
Warlock of Skaven.
We know we lost. Holy shit. I'm figuring out Skaven, man. I'm figuring out Skaven Wiccan. It's looking pretty good, too. I won't lie. It's looking pretty good. You can't stop at after that, Chris. You can't stop at after that and then just stop. You can't. Like, you can't. You can't just be like, after that, and pause. You went to the aquarium. Oh, you were drinking. That's right, you turned 21 the other day. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. You know what, Wiccan? We need to start like a fresh one for you. Then you went home. Yeah, I've been drinking the past 3 days. I wouldn't say heavily. Mostly just with the wife. Because we were celebrating our anniversary. We went down to the big city near us and decided to have some fun. Oh, sweet. You know, let me end this turn. You know what we're going to do? As it's the main menu. Wiccan wants to learn how to play the game, which I want to support. So what I'm going to do, we're going to start a new game. I'm gonna show Wiccan a few things and kind of walk through. I think Mortal Empires would be the best to go through. So let me turn that crap. God, is that just me or is that really loud? Is that just me? I turn it down a little bit so I can teach. Yeah, I'm also streaming over on the YouTubes. When it comes to Warhammer, YouTube's a little bit more popular or when it comes to YouTube, Warhammer's a little bit more popular over on there. All right, so the first thing that you've got to do is you got to figure out what race you want to play. And that can be really different. You've got things like these guys are Chaos. You've got the Beastmen, which are agents of Chaos, but not the same thing. They do play. These guys have no towns where these guys can set up settlements. Right? Although they're very few and far in between. You've got the
Pure
wood elves.
as
The
starlight.
wood elves are really fun, but you're more of a surgical attack than you are actually establishing like full-time locations. Right?
I will
I'm
never
still learning
relent.
Bretonia.
I
Bretonia
hear
is a
the
lot of
winds.
cavalry and infantry. A lot of cavalry and infantry. Really, that's where your focus is going to be, is cavalry and infantry.
Blessings of
They
the
do have a
lady
bit of
be upon
magic.
you.
My blade is ready.
These guys. How do I explain them, Norska? Bigger's better. They hunt, like they just big units. Very quick on attack. Very surgical. These ones are difficult. The vampires. Yeah, the true undead lords. I mean, there's definitely no way around that. The true undead lords. I mean, if you take out the lord, then pretty much your rest of your unit's gonna crumble. So you have to both be utilitarian with your lord and make sure to keep him out of harm's way. I can't speak to the orcs very much, but they got a really cool thing called a wog, right? Where if you declare wog, it basically doubles your military strength without costing you a whole lot of money. They're pretty badass, but you got to get kind of used to them, right? These guys don't run away. The vampires, they don't really run away. Like, they go until the lord runs away, basically. Dwarves are the shit, man. Artillery, mechanics. You want a turtle? You want to be able to defend? You want to be able to, like, take just a few soldiers up against many armies? These guys are it, man. They're armored out. They're fucking tough, but they're slow as shit. Pharaohs. Dude, the Tomb Kings are the shit. They've got sphinxes, and they've got fucking undead troops galore. They got what? Sphinxes. Shit. What do you call them? Scorpions? Sphinxes, scorpions, chariots. Dude, they got everything that you want. I mean, they've got small units. They're super cheap to keep everything up. All you got to do is just build enough towns, so you're continuously taking over towns, so you can build more units. Your only limit is how many buildings you actually have to how many units you can actually recruit. But their units are really cheap and just throwaway. Like they are really good for building very large armies to go and take shit over. And a lot of their stuff comes immortal right from the get-go.
Madam!
The vampire coast.
Vampire coasts.
Ready to cast up!
Everything that you think is vampire or is pirate, these guys got great mortars, great. They're buccaneers. They have decent They have decent guns. Like, they're all gunners, right? Really cool to play. They've got some really cool, like, they got this big ass crab that can shoot and charge you at the same time. That's hell hard to beat. This unit right here, called the Necrofex Colossus. Dude, you can just doomstack the shit out of this. And doomstack means you just recruit an entire army of just that. And I've watched guys just doomstack the shit out of that and lay waste to everything. Like, this thing's crazy good. And if you get a certain bonus, each one of these will spawn a random unit to be able to go into attack with. Really fun. Really fun to play. It's difficult because nobody likes you and you have to go to war with everybody. Like, they don't even like each other. Same with the Skaven. Skaven are really difficult to learn. I do not suggest them if you're just getting into it to learn it right from the get-go. They run away a lot. They're very difficult to keep in army, and you need to really know some of the nuances of what the hell is going on before you jump into Skaven. Other than that, they got really cool monsters. They've got really great, like these rattling guns right here. Dude, you can just get a few infantry units and just be the rest rattling guns. I ambushed a unit and dude, it just like, all I did was line up all of my rattling guns along the line, and before I knew it, like, they just laid waste to an entire 6 units of these guys. 6 units of these guys lays waste to 20 units. of the bad guys. Just mowed them right down. They had no chance at all. These guys are your ambush masters. You get them fully buffed, and you're talking like an 85% chance to ambush oncoming armies. So that's really like their hit and go. That's really their tactic, is you want to be able to ambush continuously. They've got some really cool shit. They have underground. Oh, so the Skaven and the Vampire Coast have something in common. The Skaven can set up underground facilities where you can earn money and weaponry and whatnot from them. Same thing with the Vampire Coast. You can set up Vampire Coves on ports, right? Like kind of like an underground. So you set up these Vampire Coves on ports, and they can make you money, get you respect among your peers, which is really like one of the main things to play. Is you want to get respect among your peers, right? And these guys, mostly they make money. They can. What's really cool about the Skaven is once you set up one of those underground facilities, that you can set it up so that it will spread to other towns randomly, and then you just make more and more money. So you don't actually have to take over to make a shit ton of money. Okay, my favorite race so far is definitely the Dark Elves. I don't much like him. He's a bit of a mama's boy. His name's Malekith. This is his mother. I love her. She's awesome. Leader of the Cult of Pleasure. These guys are your flat up, I'm going to be in your face and fuck you up. Just flat up, I'm going to be in your face and fuck you up. They have a lot of Sidewinder units, such as these guys right here. Very fast, very speedy. So you see Speed 44. This is a tier 2 unit. Speed 44 is actually really good. Is actually for an infantry unit, and they're anti-infantry. They have great dodge. There's a lot of nuance here, but you can kind of, these were the ones that you want to start with, and then you can kind of move into the way these guys play, because basically these are learning the race, and then as you go in, they're adding more and more nuance to it. Same thing with the Lizardmen. Lizardmen, very slow, heavily armored, very big units, monsters. That's something that the Lizardmen and the Dark Elves have in common, is they invest heavily into big monsters. They really do invest heavily into big monsters. So you've got to kind of take your pick. A lot of people like Lizardmen, but it takes a little while to learn them. And then you have your High Elves. Again, High Elves are exactly what you expect. High infantry. They've got some decent monsters. They actually do have some decent monsters. Things like phoenixes and
there is no limit to my power.
And eagles, right? Oh, you can't go wrong, like just diving into one and looking at the lore a little bit. But you know, you will find that different play styles fit different personalities. That is for sure. For this one, I'll just do one of my favorites. Let's just go ahead and do Morathi. Morathi's really fun, and she's got a well-rounded beginning, a decent beginning. So let's go ahead and have some fun with her. But I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I hope you guys will. I love the Hydra. So the Hydra that she starts off with is actually pretty. Yeah, the Cult of Pleasure. So the Hydra that she starts off with, the thing's badass. It has great melee. It has a ranged attack that breathes fire at its enemies, and it can regenerate. So if it ever starts getting low on health, you can just pull it out of the fight for a little while, let it regenerate itself.
And none can stand against your might. Your son has sent you south, away from your traditional structure.
So Morathi is definitely an underutilized lord. The reason why is that she starts in a really shit area. She's surrounded almost entirely by people that do not like her. Up here, you've got the Wood Elves. Eventually, you have to go in there and fuck with them. This is her beginning enemy just for the video game. This guy over here, he's a part of the High Elves. You are going to have to go to war with all of the High Elves. I guarantee you will be at war with all of the High Elves by turn 50. There's always a period. You have to expand with her fairly quickly. So basically, I have to take over all of this and then all of this. Now to the south of her, she has lizardmen. She already has negative 40 relations with lizardmen right to start off with. They do not like her right from the beginning. You have negative 20 aversion with the Wood Elves. They're going to go to war with you. There's nothing you can do about it. But mostly they stick to themselves. She actually does pretty good with Skaven and Beastmen. She does pretty good. She starts off okay with Skaven and Beastmen. But the one thing she does have going for her is that she is Malekith's son. So if you can get good relations with him fairly quickly when you meet him, then you can start confederating all of the other Dark Elves, and you can expand your empire pretty quickly. Confederation just means they join you.
Master of cruelty.
Let's see. Let's see here. So you can kind of see here, ruler's tolerance right there where it says ruler's tolerance of cult of pleasure is 20, and then gifts given, like this is just how she starts off with. So you can come up here and start doing non-aggression pacts and whatnot, but that's gonna be after a couple of turns. Couple of things to pay attention to when you're starting off is when you go to a settlement and you're looking at it, the first thing that you want to see is this right here. Is it a suitable climate? Like if you come over here and you take a look at this is an uninhabitable climate for your race. Right? It's not worth it taking over this. You might as well just burn it to the ground. If you do take it over and it's already developed and it's just shit being there, that's one thing. But if you take it over and it expects you to build it from like tier 1 all the way up, you're never going to make any money off of these. All right. When it comes to you generally speaking, especially at the beginning, you want green circles. You will run in to ones that are like this, where it's a yellow circle. This is not horrible, right? It's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's not horrible, but it's not great either, right? Because you have by default 1 negative public order. Dark Elves already have shit public order. Construction cost for all buildings is up 30%. Your casualty replenishment after a battle is way down, and construction time is double the time. Which means shit costs you more, and income from all buildings. So shit costs you more, it takes more to maintain, and the buildings, the buildings get you less money, right? So it's something to pay attention to. Honestly, when it comes to Orange, if you're already doing pretty decent financially, you can make some money back on Orange. But even when I'm in later stage, unless there's something like, I think you have to take over this one, and this one. Oh, no. That's right. For here, there's like 3 buildings, 3 towns around here. I just burn them to the ground if I'm at war with that guy. I just straight up, all I do is I just burn them to the ground. Because there's no point in me trying to put anything in the desert. Yeah, come in. Thank you. Right? So just something to pay attention to. You always have to have a first enemy as soon as you spawn in. So this guy right here, here's my armies, and here's what I start with. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do for her turn, and this can change depending on, what expansion, whatnot you're in, is I just move her down here, and then I hire a few more units, just because what I'm going to do is I'm going to push her down here. What I do is I push her to about here, and then depending on where the enemy moves their main army, I go the opposite direction at the beginning, just to kind of weaken them a little bit. Also, This unit right here, this is a single person. He is an assassin. You can kind of tell these guys will have a lot of buffs that they can get as you get them experience. Everything from something like scavenge, where post battle income can get you things. I can get more income from slaves. He can assassinate. He can assault garrisons, and you know, this is just a generalized thing. And then you can kind of read through. The guy's got a lot that he can do, right? Like, these guys are just really cool. Plus, what did I get? Weapons Master. Bam, right there. Armor piercing is key, because eventually I'm gonna go to war with all of the lizard men and have to go. They have a shit ton of armor. They just have a shit ton of armor. So armies can't go to battle with just a hero. Heroes can try to assassinate other heroes, but it's risky. So these guys make great scouts, right? So I can move them down and kind of see, like, hey, see? I can see where the main army of the enemy is, and I can see that this town is abandoned. I can't really see what's going on here. So that's why you never know which way this one's gonna move, because it's kind of RNG. So I just, like I said, you always try to scout ahead with a hero. There will come a point where it's like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just gonna dive in. But especially at the beginning, you definitely want to scout out. You know, you don't want to make a mistake where there's an ambush. They can help with finding ambushes, and they can help. They're not 100%, but they can help with, like, hey, you know, here's the main enemy, and I can kind of see where they're at, right? Because he's continuously feeding me information. When it comes to Marathi herself, each one of the lords are going to be unique when it comes to this, so you can kind of see there's a lot to read, all right? There are 3 trees, generally speaking, for all lords. This is my legendary lord, so there's more to it. But for all lords, there are 3 trees. You're going to have their personal tree, your army tree, and then your generalized. All right? It really depends on your playstyle what you want to go with first. I have found that doing the generalized one seems to be a little bit better, especially at the beginning. The reason why is I kind of follow here because of a couple of things. I want to get to here where the upkeep of my military is a little bit less. So how big my army is a ratio between how much I actually make every turn, how much money I actually have, because I can float cost. Right? If I have more money, I can float more cost, just like in real life. If I have more money and I run into financial trouble, I can float more cost. So this is a direct result on how much money I have. When it comes to Dark Elves, they make a shit ton of money off slaves. Right? So slaves are kind of the key to Dark Elves. Right? You want to take as many slaves as possible. The more slaves you have, well, you got to watch your public order, but generally speaking, the more slaves you have, the better off you are. All right, but you can see right here, I only have 4,000, and I'm making about 1,500. Every unit that I have has a certain amount of upkeep right there. So you can see the little gold skulls, 200, then 112 for these units, and every unit that I hire has depending on the level of unit, has its own upkeep. It has an initial cost to create them, and then an upkeep to keep them alive. Keep them doing that. So you got to kind of pay attention to that. And then you have your settlements as well.
Is rife.
Right? So as it sits right here, I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade this, but you can kind of see this is all the trees. Here is a resource that will be unique to the town. Not every town will have this, but every town will have some sort of way to do growth, or like this is just the Dark Elves generalized making money, right? You're also going to have things like a public order building, and then as you can see, I have different buildings that make me different different units. So in this case, these are the lower tier units, and you're going to see tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. So when you investigate or do some research on your own, you'll see Tier 1 through Tier 5. Like, oh, this is a Tier 4 unit. I should see this, or I think this is great for a Tier 5 unit. In this case, I'm only have eligibility to Tier 1 units. Tier 2 units, this is another, like my assassin, but this one is more just kind of like a soldier, but he's a hero unit, so he's going to come with army buffs, right? And then, I can do that for Tier 2, and then Tier 3 up here, you can see things, and then you can see how much it costs, how much the upkeep costs for each unit, right? So, like the highest tier units, 175 here, 162. My Sisters of Slaughter here, 225. You can also see how much armor, leadership, speed, melee attack, melee defense, weapon strength, charge bonus. Let me go through these one at a time. Armor is basically how much damage incoming the unit can ignore before taking damage. So higher armor units, when they take a hit, there's a certain amount that they can ignore, right? I think it's percentage based, but there's a certain amount they can ignore. In this case, the Sisters of Slaughter, very low armor unit. Very, very low armor unit. Leadership. This is how much psychological damage they can take or exhaustion damage they can take before they run away. 82, very high in leadership. Usually units like down here, you'll get something 66, 56, leadership 68, right? So when you see leadership 82, that's very good, right? That's a very high leadership unit. Speed, most infantry units are speeds around the 30s to the high 30s, between 30 and the low 40s, right? The Sisters, 44, great speed. Then you get some things like a flying unit where the speed is 85. Very high speed unit. Very, very high speed unit. All right. So let's look at the next one. Next one is melee attack. This is actually how much damage they can output. Plus, on the Sisters, you see it has a little poison. Has a little poison symbol there, which means they can also poison their foe. Melee defense. This is how much. So 39 is pretty decent melee attacks. Not the greatest in the world. There's a lot that can be better, but it's still pretty good. Melee defense is basically dodge. How much, like when you're rolling the dice, what is your buffer for dodge? Sisters of Slaughter have a very high buffer for dodge. All right, but that's not going to help them in a lot of areas. So you still got to be kind of careful with them, right? Weapon strength 38 is actually fairly low. So to give you an idea, where you got here, weapon strength 24, or no, it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's fairly low for a lot of units. It at a tier 3, where you have like melee attack 36, and this is a much less expensive unit. The real cool thing about Sisters of Slaughter is that they're way faster than most range units. You'll see right here, like this range unit, speed 33. So I usually use them to basically run down, if I don't have anything faster, to run down, to like flank and run down fast units that my normal infantry can't keep up with. I'm not a big fan of the Dark Elves Calvary. They haven't really done well for me. Shades are a great one. We'll talk about them in a minute. The next one, weapon strength. So this is the actual strength of the weapon they carry, right? And that's it. I mean, it's just how much output the damage is. So how much damage you can do to a foe is a ratio between melee attack and weapon strength. Melee attack is like basically how likely they're going to land the blow, and then weapon strength it calculates into how hard that blow actually hit them. Right? And then charge bonus, that is the initial charge in, and then they give you a bonus to the weapon strength and melee attack for the first couple of seconds. That's really where your cavalry will shine, is their charge bonus is going to be very high. You can see where these guys' charge bonus is like 20, and then it's doubled here. And to give you kind of a paradigm shift, 10 points is a lot. 20 points is way more. Like, 10-point difference is a lot. And you can also see that speed, 92 for cavalry. Cavalry's great for flanking, right? Like, I'm going to end up having to stack either a lot of monsters or a lot of cavalry when it comes to taking on the Wood Elves, because they have a lot of very, very, very fast ranged attacks, right? And then, of course, yeah, let's go over here to these ones. You'll see there's more missile strength, range, ammunition. Those are pretty self-explanatory. When your missile hits, how much damage does it do? How far can you shoot? How much ammo do you have? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Shades are the shit, dude. Like, I won't lie to you, shades are the shit. These guys all do an amazing job, and you can put so many buffs, and they're invisible to the enemy, so they're really great for ambush. Right? And then you've got things like your monsters, like the Black Dragon is fucking phenomenal. Look at that, weapon strength 520. That guy will go fuck some shit up. Charge bonus 50. That sucker goes in there, just smashes thing, and then you just fly off. Right? Same thing with the Hydra. Look at that. Weapon strength 440. Speed's only 46. It's not really great for a monster, but that charge bonus 45, plus that weapon bonus, these guys will fuck some shit up. Plus regeneration. Harpies. Harpies are some of my favorite units. I love to harass. And you'll see why a little bit later as I utilize Harpies. So we'll go in this. If I want to use any cavalry when it comes to the Dark Elves, I like to use the Cold One Dreaded Knights or the Cold One Knights. Like, these guys are awesome. They've got some really cool weapon strength, and they're decently quick. So, all right. So, let's see. I already did that. I'm already down a little bit. The next thing we need to talk about is every race will have a tree that you've got to follow. They are unique to every race. Some races require buildings to be built before you can follow certain trees. Some are like this, where you can start researching right from the get-go, but every tier you go up, 2,000 gold, 5,000 gold, 12,000 gold, you got to buy more as you continue on. They can come with buffs from anything from your military all the way up to just public order, capturing slaves, etc., growth, all sorts of stuff. You got to kind of read them for yourself. All right, and when it comes to ending your turn, you can kind of do this and adjust, where you can slow down how fast this goes through, so you can kind of see what everybody's doing. I'll show you how to do it here in a minute, but you can slow it down for certain races. So let's say I'm killing these guys, but I want to keep an eye out for units moving around. I can slow down when I press the turn. I can slow down time when these guys do movement, and then the camera will scroll over to them and kind of watch them. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to move here.
Let all tremble.
And we're going to go to ambush stance. Actually, you know what? We're going to raid.
Scour the land.
Raiding is pretty cool. It gets me slaves, and it gets me a little bit of money. And it gets her some extra experience as she's raiding. What I like to do is I usually like to take him kind of down here and just have him kind of watch what's going on both here and then see this guy. He's already at war with somebody right from the get-go. So generally speaking, he comes up here and destroys the this dark elf first.
Fear my man. What dark
You can do things like just try to do a non-aggression pact with
Be
somebody,
quick. We will at least
like this gal
kill
right here.
before
Right?
deciding
She
your
likes me. I don't want to go to war with her.
Gladly.
It just it doesn't stop them from going to war with you, but generally speaking, what will happen is they'll break a non-aggression pact with you one turn, then declare war with you the next turn, and then attack you. So it gives you kind of an extra buffer zone before they attack you, right? Because if they do it all at once, they lose relations with everybody else because people don't trust them.
Foolish request.
Really not much to do here because I'm waiting for her to make her move. See how she moves over here and she's increasing. You can see it right there. You saw the size of her army increase. That's the reason why I like to go here for, like, I go to the opposite first. Alright, so here's going to be my first battle. This is what I'm going to go up against, and this is what I'm taking up against them. Alright, so let's go ahead and just fight it. Now, there's something that I want to show you called a Saxity, and you'll see that here in a little bit. That's really a great way to level up your guys. I didn't know about this, and I wish I had. Like, everybody kept saying Sac City over and over and over again to me, and I didn't realize what they meant until later on and why it's useful. Like, it has its own language, man. It's just like everything else. It has its own damn language, and I just, like... You can't Google Sac City, right? Like, you're not going to Google Sac City and come up with something that's going to, you know, like Google knows what Sac City means, right? So you can kind of see the layout of the terrain. I want to show you some nuances when it comes to the actual battles themselves. Alright, so this unit likes to start off with these gals. They're very good, but they're not frontline units, right? You need to put them to the side, right? The reason why is when you look at their leadership's pretty decent. Their armor is shit, and their melee defense is shit. But speed 44. When you're talking about, like, range units are fairly quick, speed is only 33. These gals are faster. These gals are sidewinders, and you need to treat them as such. You need to actually have them move to the side and flank units. They'll melt some shit. Their melee attack, plus they have, they'll piss off. They will instantly put a unit into rampage once they engage them. Which means they won't run away. They'll just fight to the death. Because they're stupid. Because men are stupid. Alright? And they got a pretty decent charge bonus for a low-ranking unit. So Dodge, Murderous, Masters of Cain, but we always want to put them off to the side. Okay? The next is the Calvary. Now I've already said I don't really enjoy Calvary. Right? But they are useful. And what I like to do with them is I'll put these guys kind of up front for the first little while. Or you can hide them in the woods. Like right here. And as the bad guy comes by, these guys are just shooting on at him. And they're fast enough, because their speed is 92, they can just run away. If the enemy didn't have any cavalry, so we can just run away if they come after us, right? Alright, so the next thing...
Red spears. We are ready.
Spears are great for anti-large, but they're also great for line units. These are going to be your anti-infantry guys. They're going to have a little bit higher melee attack and weapon strength. But, you know, they're a little bit better at doing just generalized infantry. You want to put your ranged out front first, so they can hit first. And you want to space them apart. There's a lot of really cool spells that can hit that go into a line. In PvP, you'll see PvPers do this. Do a checkerboard. The checkerboard is there to kind of make sure that you're doing your maximum output of damage and minimum of taking damage, right? But your infantry is going to be way more mobile than your archers are going to be, so I always like to put them kind of behind. Let's see where. All right. Another thing to think about is the arch of what you're shooting. To give you an example, and this is something that just comes with experience. Bowmen aim like this. They shoot over. So they're great to put infantry in front of. My Hydra has flame breath. Low arch, go straight. You can burn. Friendly fire is a huge deal. Friendly fire is a huge deal. Right? This guy will burn the shit out of my infantry if I do it wrong. Okay?
Matriarch.
So that's something to just keep in mind. There's some units that are really good, and you can kind of see that where they shoot bullets, but they don't really shoot the guys in front of them. And then there's some where they're like flamethrowers. Flamethrowers, dude, you put flamethrowers, everything in front of them is just going to die. It's just the long and the short of it. Everything in front of a flamethrower, friendly or not, is going to die. Alright, the next thing is, notice this is my lord. Right? There she is, leading her flock of cultists. Right? There she is. You've got to protect her, because if she dies, just regular real life, if she dies, all of my units take a leadership damage very quickly. So you'll notice like each unit has a minimum of 2 bars. 1 bar is their will to fight, their morale. The other bar is their health. Okay? 1 bar is the will to fight, the other bar is the health. So morale and health. Alright, on ranged units, you'll see a 3rd bar. That's just how much ammo they actually have left. Alright? Another thing to keep in mind. See where it says Spearman, Confident, Fresh. So, nothing makes you not want to fight more than being exhausted. Once you're exhausted, you're like, fuck this shit. Right? Because you're exhausted. So that's something to keep in mind. It can be very nice to pull a unit and let them stand by and gain some breath before actually throwing them back into battle. Let's see what else. Back to my lord. To the queen here. Notice when I hover over her, there's a circle. She has a leadership buff. Everything inside of the circle gets a leadership buff. Every single lord has this, and every hero has this. So if they're inside the circle, they're less likely to run away in the middle of battle. So something to keep in mind, especially if you have units with low leadership. Like something like a Hydra. Hydras don't usually have as high a leadership as a lot of... Or beasts don't have as high a leadership as a lot of things. Alright. So I've placed my units kind of generally where I want them. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Alright, there's my enemy. So one of the things that she starts out with is pretty cool. This one's really good to as they come towards me, to cast on the bad guys. Plus I always lead off with these guys. So you can see here, I've basically focused everything. This is their leader, right? So usually if I'm fighting another army, a lord is going to be the leader, and I have to fight that lord like it's a hero. In this case, it's a unit that's going to be a leader, just because it's a town, right? So I'm going to focus my fire on that, which is going to destroy the rest of these guys' morale very quickly. And that's what I'm hoping. Also, having my cavalry here, I'm putting them in the woods. It does give them a debuff to how many of their missiles will hit this, but it also gives a debuff to how many missiles will be able to hit coming from these two units. And since they are outnumbered, I would rather less hit them than less go out. All right. So I'm gonna have her cast her spell, and you can kind of read over these spells, right? And I'm gonna have I'm gonna have the Hydra cast his breath, all in this unit. I just want to break that unit as quickly as possible. Then I'm gonna send the rest of my troops. And while these guys are moving, I'm gonna move the gals up. All right, so we're about to see it happen. Should be... Alright, so she's already done it. We're going to move her back. Bam, we moved him. Now we're going to move him back. We're going to move the infantry units up.
Moving out. Druki, forward! Urathan, going.
We don't want them... We don't want these guys dead right off the bat. We didn't ever expect them to actually win anything.
Dark shots.
But you can kind of see... You can kind of see we've routed these guys already once, and we've taken most of their health very quickly. That's good. It's going to start affecting the other units' morale here in a minute. All right, let's see what I want to do. We'll move her up because I want to keep her aura. I'm not sending her. She's not exactly a very physically strong character, but she has good morale boost, and she has decent spells. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. I can send the Hydra back into battle. As you can see, I've got the gals moving after them because she is actually faster.
Dark Rider crossbows.
I'm going to have him move up because I'm going to breathe fire on the other set. Alright, and you can start to see these guys are routing. See how fast their morale goes down?
Mother of the Druki. Heatmaker.
Attack! Cold-blooded killers.
So these gals are going to run them down pretty good. And you'll start to see them melt. I love that fiery breath, though. Nothing beats that fiery breath. Now, you see how these guys have run back? That's fine. We're just going to go ahead. There it is. So, just to let you know what kind of happened there. Instead of, when it comes to a town, instead of trying to defeat every unit, what my aim here was to get every unit to run away at once. If you can get, that's why I focus my fire on the leader first. If you can get every unit to run away, you win. If every unit is what we call routing, now you saw these guys coming back to the fight. Just because a unit routes doesn't mean they leave the battlefield. They're not done. They can rally and come back. Okay? And that can be very damaging. Skaven are famous for this because their leadership is very low. So they only take a few hits before basically a fresh unit runs away, rallies itself, and then that unit becomes dangerous because it can flank you. Because chances are the rest of your guys are all engaged in battle and your movement is very limited, which means that they can just move to the side and come in because they ran away at the beginning. That's one of the big things that makes Skaven very dangerous. at least in my experience. So you can kind of see, that's the reason, again, that's the reason why I went after these guys first, because it damages the morale of every one of these units. Just like that aura that my Lord has, so does that unit. It has that aura. So if I can route them very quickly, it's easier to route the other ones. This is called routing. Sometimes you break them, so if you get them to route 3 times, they'll leave the battlefield. Now, that comes into routing. If you can have a unit escort another unit off the battlefield. This is why I love, and I mean I love, harpies. Because I'll have my my archers go in, start a unit routing, and I'll just send the harpies after them. And one of 2 things will happen. Either the harpies will destroy that unit, and a routing unit, one that's running away, does 0 damage. 0 damage to you. So either the harpies will destroy that unit or escort it off the battlefield. And the harpies are fast enough that when I recall them to go after another unit, they're going to make it. It's a very easy way to make sure that the jackasses that you got routed stay that way. Now, I don't always end a battle right off the bat. The reason why I don't always end a battle right off the bat is because sometimes I want to get rid of units. In this case, I'm taking over a town. There's really no point in me going through and destroying these units. They're gone, right? But if you're fighting another army, and there are certain units that are giving you a hard time, or the Lord is a really high-level Lord, sometimes I'll take a little bit extra time while all the armies are running away and see if I can't get rid of the Lord or some of the high-level units. I mean, a big one is like Skaven have these things called rattling guns. Those things will mow you down. I'll take extra time and have everything thrown at rattling guns. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want them in my area. I just focus fire. Good ratio. I took 24 losses, and I took out 187 of theirs. So the real cool thing about spearmen, though, is if you're going up against other cavalry, you want cavalry to charge spearmen on the defending side. Cavalry, if you can pair up cavalry with spearmen, you're sitting in good sights there. All right, now here's what I have as far as what I can do. I can occupy, just peacefully occupy after doing the war. Okay, they're not happy about losing a war, but not too bad, right? I can loot and occupy, which means that guys go in there, they steal some money, I get some slaves, I get some replenishment here. Okay. I can sack the town, which means I just go in, take everything, leave nothing, I get even more money, even more slaves, and I don't take the town. The town is still just sitting there, wide open. Or I can burn the bitch to the ground. Really up to you what you want to do. In this case, I don't really want a rebellion just yet, so I'm just going to peacefully occupy the town. They're not going to be happy, but they're not going to be as mad as if I sacked it, right? What I'm doing right now is I'm contemplating whether or not I want to master yet. And I'm going to hire some more units. Because eventually we got to go and fight her.
Unthinkable.
I am the first sorceress.
I think I am going to go ahead and hire him. Let's see, tough. Each one of these guys are basically all do the same thing, but it's a matter of what buffs do they come with. Tough, this guy's got more armor, melee defense. You got to kind of plan out what you want him to do. Right, yeah, it was a good victory. You gotta kind of plan out what you want them to do. When I have Marathi paired up with one of these guys, generally speaking, he's gonna be her fists. So I probably get tough in melee defense. This guy's got weapon strength and melee attack for everything in the... Ooh. Actually, weapon strength and melee attack for every unit? Yeah.
Master
Let's grab
Druki.
him.
I've skills to show.
I wonder if this guy got his ass handed to him. I'm gonna... Generally speaking, at the beginning of this, I usually move my... my assassin up here to search the ruins. You kind of see this. This is actually a cool little mini game inside of the game. Plus, I want to know what's going on over here.
Speak.
So we're gonna go ahead and hire some more units for her, and then we're gonna put him into the fray. We're gonna see what she does. She may come after me, or she may just sit there. I don't know which.
Phoenix Queen.
All right, so you can see every time I win basically every time you win a battle, you level up. Now here you can kind of see a little bit more of what is available to her. In this particular instance, no matter what I have planned for that unit, I always take campaign movement plus 10%. It's just 10% more movement. Like, you can't beat that. That's the shit. At the beginning here, aura plus 5 leadership, and then I can strengthen her personal attacks. Marathi's got a lot of stuff that she can do. But in this case, we're going to follow this because, like I said, I want to reduce the upkeep, and I want to get this. So you can... This one's 3, 8, and 15% plus another 8%. So you can basically reduce how much her personal army costs her by over 20%. Right? And that's... Especially at the beginning of the game, it's just enormous. It's an enormous, enormous difference. Alright, we end the turn.
Master Druki. Dreadlord Ascendant. My time. My talents.
No.
Fear the dark.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go after her now. I'm going to have to. I'm going to
I
have
am
to.
Morathi, hag sorceress.
Let's go take a
of
look and see
Brawn.
what this matchup looks like. So here is a conundrum that you're going to run into quite often. So this is a pretty even matchup. I think I'm going to fight this one, right? But if you look a little bit closely, you'll see that I'm only going to take medium casualties. And when I hover over auto-resolve, I only get one unit destroyed. See that one flashing in red? Right? That's not bad. That's not bad. I almost want to do that. I'm not going to, but I almost want to do it. Right? I think in this case, I'm really contemplating this. Close victory. Because this is quite the even matchup. Honestly, this is quite the even matchup, and he's got way more infantry than I do. Yeah, I think in this case, I'm going to take that auto-resolve. So, look, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of infantry. My infantry's not going to hold out, and I don't really hold out that these guys are going to be able... What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I could take out one of their units before they get to me. But then I gotta deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range against my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I would take a lot more damage if I fought it. I'm trying to decide. I think we're going to go ahead and auto-resolve this sucker. and I'm going to sack the town.
You will pay for this.
Yes.
Well, let's auto-resolve it, and I'm going to sack the town.
Beautiful.
So what I'm hoping to do is be able to come over here, destroy this town, or take over this town, and then come back. One of the cool things about Morathi is
Know
that
me
it's like
and
50%
spare.
less money for her to actually go up, for her heroes to actually go up here and do stuff. So where this would normally cost 500 gold, it only costs her about 2. It's freaking phenomenal. And it can be worth, and him searching the ruins can be worth up to 2,000 gold.
Mother of the Druki.
Alright, so then you've got to look here. Income from looting settlements, income from raiding, income from sacking. Serve, this is recruitment cost, serve or die. Casualty replenishment, or casualty captors post-battle. I like to do casualty, especially at the beginning. I want to do both of these, because it's worth more money. Pretty much the entire time, Morathi's going to be my spearhead, right?
Observe me. Observe glory.
And this guy, I just want him to be a goddamn badass. That's all I want from him. I want him to be a badass. So we're just going to go and follow this whole thing. Right? Anything, and I don't like the chariot. I'm going to give him a cold one. Because that charge bonus is the shit. I hate chariots. Chariots, I guess, used to be very OP, but honestly, I just suck at playing with chariots. Let's see where she pops up. So I killed the lord of the opposing army, so they got to hire a new one.
I am Malekith's will manifest. I watch from the shadows.
So I'm gonna let this recover a little bit, and I'm gonna go
Ambition makes
over
hate.
to the port and take that over.
We hide. We hide.
Since it's infantry that I lost, that's what I'm going to hire right now. So I should be there next turn with some more infantry units. We'll take over this town, and then I'm going to come right back here, and I'm going to show you kind of a trick.
Melting into the forest.
All right. Let's do the thing. So we're going to go... I'm going to have my hero search this town. All right. First puzzle. This is actually the most difficult of all the puzzles. All right. In essence, this... you have to visually imagine it level, and then you have to figure out which one, yellow, blue, or red, lines up with the outer yellow, blue, or red, and then figure out which ones they're actually going to point to, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of going down here. This is the most difficult of all puzzles, by far. Okay, so if you look at red, it can't be red. Because if I twisted it this way, you notice that the 2 would line up here. If I lined up these 2 with that one, that would put this red one, like, over here somewhere. Can't be that. Alright? The yellow could be yellow. Because if I took these 2 and lined them up with these 2, could point there. Blue. Can't be blue. If I take these 2 and line them up, then this one will be poking out over here with that blue one over there. All right, so now here comes the mental gymnastics. I have to visually think, if this was level and this adjusted to this being level, where would it point? Let's see. That one. It's just a hard one to do. I wish I could go back and kind of show it. But see here, I got a biting blade, so I got a weapon, and I get 1,000 gold. It only cost me 225 gold for him to search that. Plus, my assassin
Whispers of disobedience.
gains level, and
shall
I can
see.
come over here, reduce how much cost it cost me to have him actually do this, and increases chances of doing other items. Bam, specialist. Then the next one I'm going to have him do is he's going to come over here and do that one. And this time it cost me even less money.
Dark and deciduous.
All right, so the research that I asked my guys to do, it's now done. That gets me 3% income from slaves, right? And then I've got to choose what I want to do here. I can do some raiding. I can do some post-battle. I can do some growth. I usually do growth because getting to the higher tier units is key to winning this game, especially as Dark Elves. And then, let's see. Do I have...
Cruel and deadly. Behold the black core.
He's ready for a non-aggression
You see
pack.
its
He's not
splendor
going to
in
be
its
around for very
infancy.
long, so it really doesn't matter if I get a
You
non-aggression
have
pack with him or
business
not.
before the Black Court. Let us hear.
Okay. -1 ain't bad. He's not even in my territory. Sometimes I can get a non-aggression pack with these guys right from the get-go. Let's see if they would do it for some money. Let's see if they would do it for a little bit of money. Sometimes I can have some decent relations with them before shit goes south. Sometimes. There we go. This will be good. Like I said, all that really does is put a buffer zone. In this case, he will have to end the non-aggression pact, then wait a turn, then declare war on me, then wait a turn, then attack me. If he wants to keep the relations up with the rest of his allies.
Conceal dark deeds. Enchanting.
And with that, we'll end the turn. Plus, it helps that he really, like, all the shit that's
Rival
up near
power
me
comes to
is
parley, demanding
unoccupiable.
a change in your mutual relations. Consider their offer carefully.
The forest bends to my desires.
All right, so now we're gonna come down here. We're gonna fight a battle. Perfect. We'll actually fight this battle. I think I can fight it with less casualties. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I can fight this with less casualties. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into some of the nuances of the battlefield. Because there's a lot to pay attention to be very honest. You have to pay attention to angles. You have to pay attention to interruptions in line of sight. Like, look at this. Right? See this slope? I do not want to put my armies down here unless I'm trying to hide something. Ideally speaking, I want the enemy to have to fight uphill. Right? I get a charge bonus and I get a melee bonus if I can make them fight uphill. Alright, so let's see here. The first thing that I want to do... I'm not going to be able to take... Oh, this is kind of up to you. This is Winds of Magic. This is how much magic I can use on the battlefield. As a rule of thumb, the max is 30 and the minimum is 5. If anything's below 10, I usually gamble it because you can't really lose much. Right? See... It's only going to go to... There you go, 6, right? Like, it's not that bad, right? But if I had 10 and went to 6, that would be bad. Alright, and you just start deployment. That's really up to you. It's only if you have a magic... somebody with magic. Let's see.
Dark shards.
Let's line them up back here. I'm gonna try to push to the top of this as quickly as possible.
Marathi.
For my archers, if I can get them to a higher elevation, it actually extends their range.
Mother of the Druki. Vengeance awaits.
Blood will flow. Going.
Skilled murderesses. Blissful battle.
I need them out of the line. And I need
Dark deed. Fury comes forth.
Advancing! Bleak swords! Slaughter them! Terror and death! Dark shards! No survivors! Suffering for all! Kill them!
Brides of Cain. Forward.
now we're gonna send the gals in. Yeah,
Dark
see how
Rider
fast
crossbow!
these guys ran away? You gotta
Dark
be careful with them.
shards. With pleasure. Slash! Kill! For the king!
Mothers of murder. Hey! Of one's doom.
Let's send the master in there. Let him have some fun.
Marathi. For Malekith. Feel my vengeance.
2, 1.
My king! It is done. Eurathan!
See how these guys are routing? I'm gonna have the Calvary go in there and just sort of keep them to see if I can't make them continuously route.
Nagarothi!
Ah, crap. We need to get them out of Roy.
Hag sorceress.
I really don't want to lose those girls.
Merciless warriors!
I could have definitely spent more time making this a little bit better.
Dark Rider crossbows!
Battle ready!
At my command.
Dealers in death! Bleak swords!
See if we can have them go after.
Marathi.
Wage war!
Shadowy overseer. Going. Indeed.
She should be faster than them anyway.
Dark shards! Bleak swords!
Truth.
There we go.
Master Druki! What now?
Yes. Going now.
Alright, see? She's down to half health. This is about over. This is about over. There it is. I don't really need to destroy these guys. Like I said, again, taking over town. Pretty easy. Pretty standard. That kills them to begin with anyway. I could have handled the tactics a little bit better, but I'm fine with the way that went.
Beautiful, deadly, victorious.
All right,
It is ours
we're just
now.
occupying for right now. Something that you can do, if you click over here and you click shift, you can actually combine units so you can hire some more.
Hag sorceress
Sometimes it's a little bit
of
faster than just, I mean, it's really up to you, but it's sometimes a little bit faster than just having, you know, waiting for a unit to heal itself. Like this unit right here is going to take 5 turns to heal itself. It's going to take a little while.
Yes. Traitors do not last long.
Alright, then I'm going to teach you what a sack city is. I don't know if you're still with me, Wiccan, or not. But we'll continue like you are.
A vile corruption spreading.
Alright, there we go. So what happened here? What happened here is, you see where it says that I can upgrade this? That means that my population surplus is enough that I can upgrade a town from a tier 1 to a tier 2.
Enchanting beauty.
Grab him. Move down there. Search the ruins. Gotcha. Alright, here's another. This is an easier puzzle. None of these puzzles are very intuitive, to be very honest. So you can see the symbols on the bottom. Basically, all you're doing is you're trying to find which symbol here only has one up here. Each symbol has 2, like this one, here and here. This one, here. I don't really see a second one, but I'd like to verify, because these aren't exactly native to me, right? Here and here. So it's that one. Bam. Again, make 1,000 gold, and diplomatic relations with all factions, plus 10. Well worth my time. Well worth my time. That's awesome. I still have the Red Desert to go and take a look at. I love having this guy just go up here and do that, man. And I can just, as he's going, I can just reduce the cost of everything that he does while he's moving up there. Assassins are great on the battlefield, too. Assassins are fucking phenomenal on the battlefield. So as you can see here, after this little while, I have 310 slaves. That's good because I have certain rituals that give me buffs. Right? Like this one's one of my favorites. +2 loyalty for all lords, and public relations +8. Bam! Public order +8. Bam, dude. Like, this last 20 turns, this is so key. So key. Right? And all it cost me is 100 slaves. Everyone else, basically everybody else's rituals cost them a shit ton of money, whereas this one just costs slaves. Black Ark, we'll get into that once I actually pull out the Black Ark.
I watch from the shadows.
Black Ark ritual is definitely by far my favorite. The Black Ark is the one of the big reasons I fell in love with the Dark Elves. Cool.
Bloodthirsty. Whichever woeful deity protects you. Refused.
Oh, you're gonna be dead anyway.
Anarian's bride. I am the first sorceress.
The Druki are restless.
It's not time to hire the Black Ark yet. Well, I'm going to move him up here. So basically up here is where the pharaohs live from the beginning, and one of their abandoned towns is up here. I'm hoping to get to it. It's you can't see it until you discover it, but I know it's up here somewhere, and I'm hoping to get to it because the bigger towns can yield more money. It also could be taken over by Skaven. That would suck. I shouldn't need any more infantry, so we should be good to go. But I am going to spend a little bit of time sacking the shit out of this. We're gonna go and attack it. See if it's repaired. Alright. Oh no, I'm not losing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight the fight. We'll do the tactics a little bit better. Well, now I need to go. I'll just go while it's loading. I'll be back in just a second.
Nagarothi! Bleak swords! Dread spears!
Marathi!
Master Druki!
There we go. It's only $20. Yeah, dude, go after it.
Marathi!
You're still broke to the 30th. He's like, yeah, I'm still broke.
My revenge comes!
See if we can't get rid of that unit.
Feel my fury!
I'll move them both back. I'm gonna do a ranged attack and move them both back. I'm just hoping to get rid of those guys, that one unit right there. See.
Mother of the Druki!
Damn, that did more damage than I thought it would. That did more damage than I thought it would. It's not bad. That did. Give me a second. I might be able to work out some. That did more damage than I thought it would. Look at that. Routed one unit and destroyed another one. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Glorious destruction! Dread spears! We understand. With pleasure.
Following orders.
Destroy! By Cain! Dark shot!
Hag sorceress! Fury, come forth!
Dark shots!
See what we can do. Oh! See that hit? That's why you don't want to line those guys up. There we go. Nice! That hit really good.
Shots!
Marathi!
All of them are starting to rout.
Dark shots! Die weakly!
We might have this already in the bag. Oh, you know what? Nah, just attack them.
Kill! Back, make them bleed!
It's her we need to rout.
Talak! Yurif! Mother of vengeance! Heed me, dog!
Yep, none of them want to play anymore. That's route. All right. All right, so better tactics. You can see how that slope makes a huge difference, right? You can see how them fighting uphill made them go just run away that much faster. Right? I took way less damage, just better tactics. Right? You can see what a huge difference. I barely lost any soldiers compared to the last time. All right. See? In this one, I only lost 80, and they lost over 300. Whereas it was almost even across the board. That first battle, these are much better. So you can kind of see how getting used to tactics and thinking tactically about them fighting uphill versus having the enemy come uphill. I don't know if the sun, though. Used to use the sun a lot when I was in the army.
Victorious.
All right. Normally, I would just take this over, but I'm actually going to sack it a couple times.
We will seize it back.
All right, while she is doing that, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to hire a sorceress. I like fire. You got to figure out which one you like. They all do really great stuff. I'm going to hire a sorceress.
Supreme sorceress of Grove.
And I'm gonna create an army for her. It's not going to be a big one, but it is going to be big enough that I can go over here and harass this guy a little bit. Plus, I'm going to eventually move her from here down to here. All right? This is while I'm up here. I'm going to sack this town over and over and over again. It's going to give me money, and it's going to give me slaves. So I get money, I get slaves, and I get levels.
A would-be traitor amongst us.
It's a very, very, very easy. All you do is every turn, you just sack the town. And it counts as a battle, so you get more experience, and you can kind of get up there in experience very quickly. So we might do it like 5-10 times. Right? You don't get as much money. Like, you can get more money other ways, but in this case, all I got to do is just keep, like, sacking over and over and over again. Right? And it gets me experience and money and all sorts of stuff.
Traitors do not last.
It helps. It really does. Okay, we need to move him up. I don't know where... Okay, what is this? Plane of spiders. Plane of dogs. He has the temple over here. I guess maybe it's up over here. I don't know where the... We'll keep going up and see if we can't find this. Iron Spike, sometimes they like to offer like a huge amount of money to get me to stop attacking them. I'm only going to get a shit ton of slaves too as I'm doing this over and over and over again. It's really worth having a sack town for a little while.
Fear the dark.
Right? And even here, I can just auto-resolve. Right? And then I get 12% of my guys back. So I just, bam, sack it. And I actually end up with more soldiers than I went in with. Right? As another reason why I absolutely adore the Dark Elves.
Observe me. Observe glory.
So the next thing I'm going to start hiring is Shades. So I'm going to build this. This will be my second building here. Shades, and then I'm going to upgrade so I can get some more Witch Elves.
The hag sorcerer.
See? Right there. So right now, he is coming up here and attacking, and he's going to try to take over everything that he can from these guys. He always wins. I don't know what the difference is, but he does seem to always win. There it is, Red Desert. I'll have him go check it out. Look at that, 50 gold for a chance at 1,000. He'll check it out next turn.
Is it
and
time?
There you go, 2 more levels. So I can come over here. Let's do serve or die with him.
Whispers
like I
of
said, I love
disobedience.
just making. I just want my master to be a fucking badass. This one increases his aura size, so you can make his aura size even bigger, but I just want him to just pretty much by the time I'm done with him, he'll have all of this.
Hail.
Oh, I guess I could raid that place for a little while. Nah. So here we go. Bam.
Revenge awaits.
Just I don't even have to worry about it.
Tear
Auto
this
resolve.
place apart.
I might do it, like I said, a couple more times, and then just move on. Actually, considering how bad for physical instability, how bad that is, I'm probably just gonna do it one more time, and then probably next turn I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, we should probably go ahead and just take it over.
It is ours now.
We're gonna destroy that building. All right, so this person here, she's already up and running. I'm just gonna have her come down here and start raiding. I like to raid just from this corner. That way I can kind of keep an eye on him, because he's gonna come after me. It's just a matter of time. So 2 things are gonna happen when it comes to Morathi. This is why right here is why she's in a shit position. Okay, the High Elves do not like her at all. So this guy, it's just a matter of time before he declares war. These guys are very difficult to defeat, especially early game, until you get some good armor piercing. And if you look here, I start off at war with this guy. Gal. Whatever. This bitch. I start off. She is right here. She's right here. And she's gonna... It's just a matter of time before I start seeing her ships come over here. So the first thing that I usually do is I move Morathi up to deter the first wave. Okay, and I move, and I have somebody over here raiding to create instability, get me some more slaves. And I'm going to need that when I come here. This will be the first difficult battle. Right here will be the first difficult battle that I will do. Because this place is already walled. It has walls. So it means I have to siege it.
Yes.
Alright. Once you own a province, you get to do a decree. Decrees can do a multitude of things. Enemy actions go up. So this one right here, read Dark Portents, enemy hero action success -15. That's if they're trying to do something against. My ambush success chance goes up 10%. I can get more slaves, and it increases the growth of the place, which makes the tier go up higher. I can reduce how much slave decline I have. Winds of Magic Reserve +2, Corruption +1. These guys kind of live off corruption, so you want corruption to be spread. Tax rate, but honestly, I just stick with public order because I need the public order. The really shitty thing about Dark Elves, is they have so many slaves. Public order is really not something that's going to actually happen.
I watch from the shadows.
All right, so you see, bam, we're into recruit. We've got our draft master, and the very next thing that we'll start getting is upkeep. So, but we just need to go up here and start attacking this guy very quickly. I want to be at war with him while he's up here fighting this guy. Because then he has to fight a war on 2 fronts instead of 1. This one might be it. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2. It's this one. Nice! Alright. So here's something that you haven't seen me do yet.
What?
I'm not going to give it to her because she's going to get a full body
A would-be
suit
traitor
pretty soon.
us.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to give him the armor and the weapon. And that. Oh, wow. That's cool. Public relations +10 throughout everybody. That is so powerful this early. This is going to make it so that all of these guys like me just slightly more. Right? Which can stave off Hexaltal. It can stave off him coming after me. See how he's improving? Right? He doesn't like me. He's a racist bastard, right? He already has an aversion -40. He doesn't like me. Plus, I have more military might than him, so he hates me even more. Right? Right now, he likes me because I just did a bunch of military actions against one of our mutual enemies, and I have a treaty with him. So I only got a few things going. What happens here is I need to stave off the war with him for as long as possible. It's going to happen, but I need to deal with the High Elves before I can deal with him. If I end up at war with all of the High... Because once you go to war with one High Elf, you go to war with all of them. That's something that you need to know. The Dark Elves, you can get away with going to war with a few of the Dark Elves, depending on which one. If you go to war with Malekith, it's over. You're going to go with everybody. Okay? Everybody likes Malekith, even though he's a mama's boy. But, if you go to war with one High Elf, doesn't matter which one. It can be the most hated Dark Elf, or High Elf. You go to war with all of them all at once. It's really genuinely frustrating. It's actually genuinely frustrating. Let's see. Can I move her?
Morathi.
No, we got to set an end.
Traitors do not last long.
Let's see. We got that. Income from post-battle. Income from slaves. As it sits right now, I'm just having him run around doing things. So we're going to increase assassination chance. Ooh, sweet. I'm going to have him go up there next. Yeah, see how he's having a hero come over here? It's because he's coming here to prod me a little bit. Ah! See? What'd I tell you? There he is.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Oh, I just completed a quest. That's what's going on there. But see how much more money I have right now, so I can float money if I need to. So if I'm getting ready for a big battle over here, I can float a little bit of money if needs be. She's got a few battles that I gotta do. First, I gotta take 5,000 captives, and I've got to earn some money raiding.
Mother of the Dark.
That's what we're gonna have her do. Just gonna have her raid.
Raid and pillage. Enchanting.
Hopefully, he doesn't come and attack this yet. He is going to attack it. Hopefully, it's not yet. I'm gonna hold off upgrading that. I'm gonna hold off upgrading that. Usually I upgrade this right away because it helps reduce how much shit costs, right? Because if you look here, you've got income generated, timber resources, so I can do some trading, recruitment costs of dark spears, dark shards, shades, and reaper bolts. All some of the best units on there. Plus you get a rank 1, so it's like recruitment costs down. It's really great, but if they come in here and destroy it, then I gotta rebuild everything. And I don't want to spend money.
In Nagaron, the strong fry.
Nope, he still doesn't want a non-aggression. That guy doesn't like me. I'm gonna let your ass die. Seriously, I'm gonna let your dumb ass die.
Dark deeds. We must ask you to be quick.
Trade agreement.
We do not tolerate.
Trade agreements are great. Get you way more money. Boom, we'll just do a trade agreement with her real quick. Good to go.
There was only vengeance.
Yeah, this guy just hates me. Aversion, -60. Aversion, -60. Right off the bat, the guy just doesn't like me. The only thing he likes about me is that I've got military actions against one of my own kind. I think it's just a matter of, honestly, he always goes to war with me. Alright, let's see. Have him move up here. Search the ruins. What we got? Alright, this was a fun one. This is my favorite one. Alright, I don't know why. Because you have to see, look at it three-dimensionally. Okay, so I see the arrow here. See how it's pointed at a question mark? I got to figure out what goes here. So all I know is it's going to be on the same side as one of these, right? So I'm kind of looking. Here's an arrow. It's pointed. I can't see what it's pointed at. Here is a piece, but this is this side of this, not that side of this. So you come over here. Aha, see this arrow pointed the same direction. Bam, triangle. So I know I come down here, triangle. You just got to think three-dimensionally. Now I've got a pendant and 1,000 gold. Bam. I'm hoping that me being here deters him from attacking, but I'm fairly certain this is about to get sacked.
Whispers of disobedience. We shall see.
I am hoping that it'll deter him, but I don't really hold out much here. I'm fairly certain I'm about to get attacked. I'd attack me and sack it. Get some money. It will hurt me financially if he does it. Nope, he ran away. Perfect.
The mother. Morathi joins you.
Alright, so here's the next thing that I'm going to do. I want to be able to hire a few more witch elves. I also want to be able to get some shades. So we're going to grab those two up real quick. And we're going to grab that up. So that's going to reduce costs. Oh, yeah, and I get to upgrade. So here, as soon as I upgrade this, I'm going to grab slaves. I can make a shit ton of money off slaves. But he did run away. It's not going to be for very long. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's that little bitch running away. It's not going to be for long. I'm trying to think what I want. I've got enough to go after him.
Chosen of Hecate.
I'm going to move up a little bit.
I am the first sorceress. For Cain, hag sorceress. No.
See? I told you they weren't gone for very long. He might come after me. If he does, that's fine. If he does, that's fine. I should...
Impossible.
Yeah, I can take him. Even with his chariots. I'm gonna have him go up here. So far, he's making me a decent amount of money, so I'm gonna have him just keep going up here. There's a lot of burnt down towns up here that aren't taken over at the beginning. It's kind of one of the cool things about being up here, is that there's a lot of towns, like, because he's in a place where he needs to grow, and he grows really well in deserts. He's a pharaoh. So Malekith is up here. As soon as I discover him, I can start making relations with Dark Elves a lot better. The key to the rest of the Dark Elves is to make good relations with Malekith. If you can make a friend with him, you can pretty much make a friend with all the Dark Elves. When it comes to High Elves, honestly, I don't have good relations ever with the High Elves. Honestly. Oh, shit. I forgot to do that ritual. Oh, well. We should be alright.
Roaring.
Alright, see, remember what I said? So right now, this High Elf, he's only got one army, and he's up here doing a siege. Okay? That is key.
Mother of...
Because I'm about to go after him.
No stopping me. What do you seek?
I'm going to have them go after him. Since this guy ran away, I'm hoping to take this town and then get back over here in time. Pussy declare war on the top boy himself. I haven't even met him yet, Temple. I haven't even gotten to him yet. I haven't even gotten there. Can't declare war on somebody I haven't met. It's like, I declare war on people. Yeah, people. Things. Alright, so you see these? We're getting into Skaven territory. Let me show you. I'm gonna have him search the ruins. This isn't ruins. Right? And when he searches it, he's gonna find Skaven. Skaven, when they take over a town, it looks like ruins to everybody else. Probably a good chance that this is ruins too. Probably a good chance that that's ruins too.
Amongst us.
It might be time to have him go down to come back. I'm gonna have him go out and around so that we can meet Malekith over here. And you'll kind of see what a siege battle looks like here in a minute.
Feel my power. Setting forth. Destroy them all.
That's not too bad. That's actually kind of small. Actually, that's not bad.
Marathi commands you. Fight.
Yeah, let's auto-resolve that. Let's sack
Leave no
the crap
trinket
out of it.
behind. Sorceress. I watch from the shadows.
I don't really have time. I
Others,
sacked
my
it
lord.
because it's...
These brutish nomads are as
Oh.
strong as they are.
Hold on. Occupy.
Man the garrisons.
She needs to stop
Sorceress of
raiding.
the Dark Convent. Your desire?
I need to move you back.
No rest. Guided by a
So now what I'm going to do here in a little bit. So I'm going to move her back. Recruit some armies, right? Skaven towns grow fast. Yeah, no, Skavens... Dude, that's like their best... If you can keep their food up, then they're awesome. Oh my god, Skaven, and especially the rattling gun. Dude, when I was Marathi... So as Marathi, she has a buff to... She has a... I think I'm having a small earthquake. She has a buff... A buff for Skaven relations, so I can just befriend them and we can set ambushes together, which is great, right? And it took me forever to figure out Skaven, but I'm teaching Wiccan today, so I'm going with something I know a little bit better.
Hear their screams. First sorceress.
Bleak hold. So let's see,
Hag
what
sorceress of
level?
Grond.
600. Yeah, see, we got 2,500. Only cost us 1,200 to repair it. Perfect. Perfect. And at 2,500 is going to be great for us. And the next turn, we're going to get a huge boost to income. Plus, we're going to get Black Corsairs. And we should be coming up on being able to get a Black Ark out here in a minute. And did. Again, when it comes to Dark Elves, a big thing is public order. Public order is a big deal. Big deal. But I'm willing to bet that all of these... Actually, you know what? Considering that I want to get some trade agreements going on with Skaven, we're not going to unearth all of their stuff. They don't like it when you discover them, right? But you can kind of get a sense of where their nests are. You'll see their heroes or an army hanging around or something like that. What I really want to do is I want to get him up here so I can meet Malekith so we can start befriending him. Dwarves are great, man. Dwarves are a fun race to learn. Lots of artillery, lots of armor. They definitely play way differently than the Dark Elves. Dark Elves are generally a very fast armies. They have very fast armies, so they're very good at flanking maneuvers, and they have a lot of really cool large units. You know, you got some really cool monsters. But when it comes to the dwarves, the dwarves have like helicopters, great from bombardments. They got some amazing artillery. Like, you definitely want to put some points in the artillery. Like, you can basically doomstack most of their artillery and just lay waste to anything that's coming towards you. Before it even gets to you, it'd be done. It's just a matter of figuring it out. But yeah, they're great. They're a great one to kind of take a look at. The only shitty thing about them is they're very slow. Stubby legs. Yeah. Stubby legs. Is what it is. But the lizard men and the dwarves seem to have like the same weakness. Lots of armor, very slow. You've got to find a way around that.
Peerless. Traitors do not last long.
Let's see. Hard to hit. He'll be back here in a second. Are you breaking your agreement with me? See how he broke his non-aggression pact with me already? Right there. He still hasn't declared war on me, but you know, that can be a bad sign. We really don't want to go to war with him because we're going to be fighting the High Elves for a while.
Ambition rises. What is your dark?
See how he's over here already?
Docking.
So I'm going to move her to here,
Who
right?
seeks me?
Hopefully we can we'll hire up some people here in a minute.
I am Morathi.
No.
Phoenix Queen.
How long until I can upgrade? Oh, it's going to be a minute.
Is it time?
Yep.
I am the first sorceress. Fly, hatred. Plots to enact.
We're gonna get a rebellion here, I can guarantee it.
Supreme sorceress of Grond. All-powerful sorceress.
There we go.
Stand aside.
Now I can hire. Let's hire 2 of those. 3 of those. And 1 of you. Yes.
Mother of the Druki.
This is going to help us immensely. Right there. Every time I tick this, I immediately see a difference up there.
My son will be Phoenix King.
Alright. We need to... There we go. Let's up the growth a little bit. Now we've met him.
I am king of the Druki.
We can do a non-aggression pact real quick. And a trade agreement.
I refuse.
Oh, come on. We might have to wait a few turns for the trade agreement. Sometimes he wants money at the beginning.
Black-hearted. The Black Court is a dangerous place. Yes. As you say.
Unrestrained. Oh, how your petty
She's not going to last
struggle.
long anyway, so she doesn't
Fear
really
my
matter.
in Nagaron. The strong thrive and the weak drown in. Very well.
What you want?
Protector of Elfwan.
Son hates
Your will.
I've been looking forward to this.
The tribe consents.
I guarantee you this guy's stacking a shit ton of armies right here. He's not going to go easily into the night. But I don't want to declare war on this guy just yet. Hopefully he's going to hold out and fight for a little while longer.
Fell sorcery.
She's going to have a decent enough military to
cannot
fight off
rewrite
whatever
reality.
whatever they're going to throw at
Even
us.
the Lawmaster could not.
Sorceress of the Dark Convent.
Beyond even quiet.
We'll see which way they go. I might just hunt them down. Actually, look at the time. I may have to stop for the night. Give me a minute. I'm going to do one more turn. I think I'm going to go up after the fortress. I want to see if I don't think anything's there.
Fear the dark.
Yeah, let's go take over the fortress. I want to show you something that is so fucking cool. This is the reason why I did that ritual. Wait till you see this. This is why I've been upping his defense. Actually, I'm gonna send him.
Merciless
Yeah,
warriors.
I'm gonna send him.
Dark shards.
Yeah. Come here, girls. Let's put you to the side.
The merciless host.
We are ready. Master Druki.
Alright, we're just gonna let them walk towards us for a minute. Actually, no, this is perfect. Let's move everybody up.
Marathi! Destruction comes!
Watch this. You're gonna seriously. You're gonna freak. Pay attention to their health. Wait for this. You're gonna love this because they're all gonna surround my Hydra when I get them in there, and then I'm gonna pop this on them. Come on, blow your load. Let's go. Faster than that? I need to get him up there quickly. There they come. Here they come. Watch this. So as soon as they engage, I want them to surround. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Marathi!
Did you see that?
Dark Harbinger!
Did you see that? 3 units just got taken out with that one thing.
Slay them. Forward.
Kill! Maim!
I need to move this guy out of harm's way. But yeah, you see what I'm saying right there? That I can do that every 2 minutes in the battle.
No fear.
Marathi! Feel my fury!
Enacting. Dread spears. Talak. Battle ready. Dark elves. No mercy. Dark shards.
Yeah, no, they might rally, but this is over.
Marathi!
See how they're all routing now? It's over. I can just take that one unit, send it in there. If I got one big unit, I can send it in there, just cast that, get as many units riled up and surrounding it as I possibly can. It just disintegrates them. It's so great. That's why I like having a flying unit, because the flying unit can just go in, do that, and hold out for a second, and just boom, and then I can fly back out again, and then I can send in the rest of the military. Look at that. I lost 3 to their 195. 3 to the 195. Holy shit. 3.
The hag sorceress ascends.
And
We will not be held.
we don't even need to do much. We just need to occupy.
I am Marathi.
And there's his scout. Oh, that's him. That's him. That's not even his main army, unless his army is like disintegrated.
I watch from the shadows. Traitors do not last long.
See how this one keeps... What do I have
Mother
up
of the
here?
Druki. I am the first sorceress.
I don't have any level 2s, so we'll have to... Now I got a nice surplus.
People are displeased.
And her loyalty is still 6. Actually,
What
you
do
know what?
seek?
What can I... You didn't even gain a level off of that, but you know I can give her some stuff, though. Okay, we can't give her that yet. Cruel. Income from raiding. Ooh, yeah. I don't want to raid those guys yet. I'm hoping these guys don't recoil and just stay there. There's going to be a big battle between these two coming up, I think.
Feared by our dread king welcomes you. What do you...
Unrestrained. What little corner of Nagoroth?
Speak. Who
Are you
seeks
ready
the
for a
counsel
trade
for
agreement?
which I refuse.
Maybe if I gave him a little bit of
I am
money.
Malekith, Lord of the Black Tower.
He likes
and
me,
King
so...
of Nagoroth.
I don't see why he wouldn't give me... And see, how much I'm going to get is 395 per turn.
I approve.
There we go. So now I'll make that back in 3 turns, and that gives me good relations. So basically, this guy now has enemies to the north and to the south of him, right? And all I need to worry about is if I can destroy him quickly. If I can destroy him quickly, and have this one over here play defense, right? And just have Marathi just destroy him real quick. Then the only thing I'm worried about at that point, if I can hold out, if I can stave off these guys hating me too bad, I just got to defend against the High Elves at that point.
Beyond even Quaish.
That would definitely be better for me.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
You called?
Let's see, who's he at war with?
Protector of Elthwood.
When Loic dances, so shall I.
Yeah, he's got to fight with the Blue Vipers and the Skeggy.
Warp. I counsel's envoy. It their will I present. I agreed.
These guys aren't gonna like me. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Serene
And neither
Master.
is these hoes.
If only we'd hunted you down long ago.
Your blood.
Watch.
I have
Yeah,
better
they don't like
things
me.
to do.
Let's see. You've done your job. Let's have him move back. I think we're gonna do growth for the first little while.
What is your dark purpose?
I've got that in reserve just in case. I don't want to take them right now. They're very expensive. 1,200 gold plus 306 upkeep per unit. That's half of how much I'm making now. Right? But if these guys show up when I'm not expecting them, this would be a good unit in a pinch. Right? It's a good unit to have in a pinch.
Yes.
If he stays right where he is for the next turn, be able to take him out. But we'll have to find out tomorrow.
Be quick about
I'm going to end for right now. Oh, shit. See? These guys just declared war on me, so now I have to defend against them and them. This is like worst case scenario type deal here. This is straight up worst case scenario. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Who left? Oh yeah, he left. Well, I don't even like I guess I could go up there, but Now I've gotta play defense. Remember I was talking about those guys in a pinch?
Dark sorceress. Well,
Well, we're in a pinch. Actually, we're not quite in a pinch. The dark shards are gonna, or the shades are gonna be the best against them, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. Well, at least we know he's gonna try to declare war. I might try another hand at getting a non-aggression pact with him, and see if I can pay him off for a little bit. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. I can always go back a turn, but I gotta go for tonight, and then I will be back first thing in the morning. Have a good day, Wicked. I'll see you tomorrow, my man.